Today we are filming, joined by Rupert.
You probably can't see it. I mean, that's the handle. He doesn't want to put his foot up. He's trying to sleep, to be fair.
He's attempting to go to sleep. This video is sponsored by Surfshark.
Ding!
Hello, lovely people.
Hiya!
So we have now been through 11 weeks of having a baby. Hello!
Hello!
Hi friends.
This is the second, I think it's like take three, because
Take three.
filming with a baby.
I mean, let's not blame this entirely on him. This is not entirely his fault.
He's
We
currently
had a lunch date. We realised our mistake in that we keep trying to film when Rupert's having a nap, which is silly. Why try and film when a baby is napping, especially when the baby's in the same room as you? Because all you're doing is waking the baby from the nap, when really we should try and film when he is playing on his floor mat, because that is when he is the most occupied by things other than us.
Currently playing with like a ball, like a grab ball, and he's like worked out he can like do, if he just goes like this but down the side of it, it spins. It's really quite ingenious.
For an 11-week-old, it's actually pretty cool.
But anyway, this video is not about how amazing our son is.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus, we're such assholes. So lots of people have been asking about any little helpful hints and tips and things that we've just found really useful with having a newborn. He's currently 11 weeks old, and here are just some things that we've found vital to our lives. And also some things that we thought were going to be really useful, but ended up not being.
So far have not been.
So far.
I mean, he's almost 3 months. I think if they're not useful now, they're probably not going to be.
No. But these are things that are all incredibly subjective. It's stuff that have worked for us or haven't worked for us, but maybe it works for you, and potentially we're just introducing you to some new ideas, things you might not have tried before. And also, if you're here because, hey, you're not about to have a baby, but maybe someone you know is, just some good, baby shower gifts.
Yeah. Before Rupert was born, I watched product review, baby stuff. And it's to be honest, all a bit useless. Because until you actually have a baby, you just don't know what's gonna work, because you might think, well, that's really good, and it just doesn't work for your child.
Every baby is different.
Yeah.
Number one is the Nimble Milk Buster Baby Bottle Cleaner. This is actually a really useful product.
You just add water into your bottle, spray this in a couple of times, brush it with a brush that you only use for bottles, not just your cleaning brush, and then rinse it. And it's done. And it's all made from plant-based ingredient, and it gets rid of the cloudy residues and the milky smells.
And it genuinely
works on breast milk formula, breast pumps, utensils. I spray it a lot in the in my LV breast pump, because it's got lots of little areas. So there's the nipple shield, which obviously goes on, and it's quite hard to get in there with a sponge or something. And so I just spray this and use the little brush, and then I can rinse it, dry it properly, and reuse that, because that doesn't have to be sterilised.
And for those of you who are new to the channel, I'm the disabled parent, adding a fun touch to all of these items. Now, I find doing any kind of hand washing of things quite difficult, because I can't feel hot and cold on my hands, but I also can't feel sharp until it cuts through the third layer of my skin. Hand washing things, not great for me. I'm the dishwasher gal. I stack it, I unstack it, I'm brilliant at it. She's not allowed. She's not a good stacker. It's fine, she's got many other skills.
She also unpacks the food into the fridge. Apparently I'm not very good at that either.
But this little beauty is a real lifesaver for me, because when you need bottles really quickly, really helps me. Just give some sprays, run some water, done, and we're away. Oh my god, this is one of my favourite things that I absolutely tell everyone about.
Muslin squares.
And no one cares.
Muslin squares. I was like, why? And Jessica's like,
you'll need them.
I was just thought muslins were these types of muslins.
Yeah, everyone has experienced these before. These are really cute, by the way. They're from the Great Little Trading Company.
Yeah, these ones are really nice and soft.
But that's not.
You have the classic look of the mom who's I'm prepared, and then their friend comes around and you're now prepared.
Wow.
I never use these. I use these all the time. Jessica was right.
There's many layers of muslin put together.
3 layers. Many.
Not the point.
The point is, it's more absorbent, so it's really good for
so
soaking
much
up.
more absorbent. So if you're doing some burps, just here you go. Pop your little hand in the centre there. Pop it under the chin. Tap to the back.
Demonstrate like this. like that.
Done. Caught it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Or if you've got like a leaky boob,
leaky
you just
boob.
like stick it in your top, like whilst you're feeding on this one. It's like now a like breast like pad.
Fabulous. If you have a little boy now, and oops, you got to change that nappy.
You put it over.
You just pop it right over.
It's like multi-purpose.
Excellent.
And they dry really fast.
They roll up really cutely as well. They look delightful in a drawer.
And then we've got 40 of them.
Brilliant. They're excellent. I tell everyone who's got a baby that they need them. But hey, Jessica, before we move on to the next product, we have a far more exciting announcement and a word from our sponsor because babies are expensive. The first episode of the L Word Generation Q is out now on YouTube, but you can only watch it if you're in the US, not from the UK. Is that a problem? Yes. Is it one I have to deal with? No, it is not. Ha ha. You know why? Surfshark. Oh yes, Surfshark. You just whip out, boom, your handy Surfshark, set your location to the USA and there we go. Now you can watch it. You don't actually need this much thumb action to do that. I just think it looks good. Gives you an idea, an indication if you will. Makes you look like you're doing things. Like they do in movies when you're doing far too much typing. Surfshark is an app and browser extension that allows you to change your virtual location, allowing you access to sites and services that you can't normally access. Ooh. It also helps you shield your identity from apps, websites and services that want to track. And you can use it across an unlimited number of devices as a whole family. Click the link in my description and use code JESSICA for 83% off, plus 3 months extra, for free. They also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. I'm just saying. Bypass the content throttling, the government censorship, and the uncomfortable feeling you're being tracked. But also, your internet provider does track your web history and your file downloads, and advertisers do track your browsing patterns and your search history with cookies, and even those friendly websites track your IP address. Data, everyone knows where you are and all the time. It's a whole thing. It's a bit too much for me to be thinking about right now. This video is kind of fun. We should go back to this fun video. Let's go back to the fun video. But do let me know what you think about the L Word Generation Q first episode. Let's talk about that in the comments as well as the baby stuff. Obviously, baby stuff is so cute. Let's go back to baby stuff. Oh, number 3.
Some more tiny little bits of cloth.
More tiny bits of cloth.
These ones are called cheeky wipes.
Yes.
A gift from my sister who uses them on my nephews. They're basically bits of flannel cloth.
They're reusable
wipes, basically. So we have a box this is the mucky box, and it comes with tea tree and
Wait, start with the clean box.
Oh, yeah. So Rupert's just getting involved. It comes in a clean box and you soak them in, you basically fill it with some water and you put it comes with lavender drops and things to make it smell nice.
And you just pop it open.
And you pop it all in and then...
Take one out.
Yeah, take one out, rinse it, wipe, and then you put it in the mucky box, which has got
and then you pop up the top.
a nice lemongrass oil scent to get rid of all the mucky smells. Yeah, and then you just when this gets full, you just wash them all. Again, really fast to dry.
And it's super easy to wash them all because inside there's a bag.
But also, useful tip, we found that the essential oil, the lavender, was actually irritating Rupert's skin because he's really sensitive and he's eczema prone like I am. So what we've done instead is put oilatum, which is liquid paraffin, which we put in the bath as well. But we drop a little bit of that into the clean ones so that every time we use one of these, it's basically got a little bit of oilatum soaked on it, which is then a really quick and easy way to moisturise his bottom. And we're being green, apart from how often we have to wash them, but we're not having to chuck wipes away.
Moving on to number 4. Now, we did say that we were using super reusable, sustainable thing, but now we come to
nappies.
Our next quite eco-friendly thing.
It is eco-friendly.
Which are our biodegradable nappies.
Mm-hmm.
Someone told me the other day that disposable nappies smell, and I was like...
It's because there's no plastic in these ones. They're really breathable. They're made pretty much almost 100% from bamboo.
Yeah.
Even the sticky bits are made from some kind of wood fibre glue thing.
Yeah.
And they're super absorbent. I have left him in one of these overnight before when I've just been exhausted and he was just so sleepy and he didn't do any number 2s. And
also,
the next morning it was just wow, it absorbed everything. I wouldn't recommend that. I do change him normally. And they're really nice and light.
Yeah, and these will biodegrade within 6 months. Highly recommend.
You can even put them in your own compost if you want.
You can.
We just don't have a big enough one to absorb the amount.
We don't.
Oh, because I was interested in reusable nappies.
We do have
friends
reusable
and family
nappies.
that use these.
We were like, let's
like, look how big this is
transitioning
compared to this. So I put him in one of these the other night, and this is like an outer shell to keep everything kind of dry. When I say everything, to keep his outer clothes dry, but everything inside was like sodden wet. And I was like, is this right? Like,
because normally this is not wet on the outside.
No.
The bamboo just like...
This was like, there's a polyester one, which stayed a little bit more dry, but by the like morning it was soaking, and I had changed him as well and put fresh inserts in. And this was absolutely sodden. And then this was absolutely, like, it was like so heavy. And I was like, poor little Rupert, this whole like wet blanket on your bum. So, well,
maybe our baby just pees a lot.
Yeah, we think he might be a bit of a super soaker. But you know, we might give it a go again, but maybe not at night time.
And then on to number 5. It's the only M-word Montessori thing that Claudia let me include. Number 5, a topponcino. What's a topponcino, Claudia?
Topponcino, yeah, it's a kind of blankety, thin mattress shaped as such, and it's basically to facilitate you lifting and handling your baby, especially like in the early weeks. So it's much nicer for the baby to be transported and transitioned into different places while staying connected to this. So if you have like family or friends around, especially children or elderly people, you can say, yeah, hold the baby, but on this, a lot easier for the person to hold.
Especially if you have older relatives who might be feeling a little shaky about holding a very small baby.
Yeah, but the good thing for it in terms of the baby, or Rupert, is that, again, he's not overstimulated by touch and smell of someone new. We don't really use it so much anymore because he's quite big now.
Also, he sleeps in a sleep bag.
Yeah, which is basically acts a bit like a
topponcino.
But he still has it in his cot underneath him.
Yeah.
Because he just kind of recognises it.
And therefore he also knows it's a sleep thing and a sleep place.
Yeah.
And thus when he moves to his next bed, it will go with him. And then he'd be like, my sleepy place.
We had this in our bed before he was born to get our like home scent on it. Yeah.
Number 6 is too big for me to just have right in front of me right now. It's his Moses basket, which...
It's beautiful.
Game changer. So yes,
also,
it is beautiful. I was going to say it's probably the most useful thing.
Yeah, especially for the first weeks, but even now.
First weeks. He naps in
No,
it
even
still.
now. I'm actually worried about when he won't fit in it anymore. I'm like, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do? Buy a larger
Moses basket.
Do larger Moses baskets exist? When do Moses baskets stop being a thing? Can you buy a Moses basket for a 7-year-old?
Probably.
Who knows?
It's so good because you can move it around with you. Yeah. So if I was in the kitchen, it would just sit next to me whilst I was in this chair. If I then was like gonna go have a rest in the living room, we'd move the Moses and then put him in it. And like
garden.
He's just safe in it. Like it's raised off the floor, so like he's not in the way of the dogs.
But equally, the Moses basket itself can sit on the floor. So we could be in our bedroom and the Moses basket is just there on the floor and we're just kind of walking around it and doing things.
We snuggle him up in it with a really gorgeous cashmere blanket that was gifted to us.
Yeah, we got some lovely cashmere blanket from a little finery that has Rupert embroidered on it.
Yeah, and it's really nice. It's like a really nice weight to it. It's warm, but it's also like not too hot because it's natural.
It just makes him happy.
Yeah, and now he just like, in the daytime, he just naps in there. So I got distracted by our gorgeous, gorgeous son. Right. So I've literally done the last 11 weeks.
It's so true.
Not even 11, 12 weeks.
Look at him though. He's so clever.
Number 7.
Number 7 on our list of really useful things. This, you know what? I think this is the most useful parenting thing for me as a disabled parent. The car seat that does a 360 spin, because I can actually put him in the car seat. I can put the car seat in the car because fantastically I don't have to do the thing where I'm like, lift this car seat, twizzle it, put it into the car sideways.
Yeah.
And then I'm damaging my back, which by the way has a double scoliosis.
And also it's really nice for Rupert because he gets transferred from like being down here in the car seat carrying, basically seeing our legs, and then he gets put into the car and he can see us
face to face.
And then we're like, okay, you're in the car
and
now.
Then and then we swizzle on the ISOFIX base, and then we drive, and then it swizzles, and then we lift him up and put him in the buggy.
Yeah, so I think it's easier for him to understand like where he is as well. Like, okay, rather than just being like carried and then something dumped in the back of a car and you can't see it, there's no relation to where we are.
It's an absolute game changer. If you have any kind of backache, mobility, strength issues, because car seats are incredibly heavy, but I can lift ours in and out of the car, I think only because of the way it goes in and the way it comes out.
Yeah.
I don't think I could put it in and out of the car if I had to do it sideways and reaching. Our car seat is the Cybex Cloud Z, gotta say it the American way, and it's on the ISOFIX base that comes with it, which is a kind of
that allows it to do the spin.
Base that allows it to do
which
the
I'm pretty
spin.
sure was like a patent design of Cybex originally, but now I have seen that Maxi Cozy do a swivel seat as well, but I don't know if it does it 360. Like another time I had to like dash out to the shop. He was alarmed that I'd left there, like left the car and shut the door.
I was still in the car in the passenger seat.
And then he's like, oh my god, what's happened? Someone's left.
Back.
And then she just swiveled him 180
and
to the front passenger seat. And then he was like, oh okay. So yeah, good item.
Moving on to the 3 items that we have decided are not useful for our family. I'm so sorry if
I was
like
really
hoping I
really thought that these things would be. So one is
the bouncer, the baby born bouncer.
Yeah, we were so like we were really excited about like buying this.
Yeah, we did mention this before, and a couple of you guys said, "Well, wait until he's older, he might grow into it." He hasn't yet.
He hasn't grown into it, but also like we have moved past the point of feeling like we need it.
Yeah,
because he's so happy and content just on his floor mat. And
yeah,
I just can't imagine.
Need the baby bouncer.
I can't imagine putting him in a bouncer now. So yeah, bouncer not for our family.
So that's going to be gifted on.
Yeah.
It's a very attractive cream colour.
I said it's a cream, but it's kind of like mauve.
Mauve.
I'm a bit sleep deprived.
We're an excellent couple, by the way. Like, I love
Let's talk about sleep deprivation.
We're deaf.
Jessica found a block of cheese in our cutlery drawer.
Claudia's like, sleep deprivation? I'm doing amazing.
She was like, I had to throw some cheese away that had gone a bit warm and mouldy, and I was like, why? And she was like, it was in the cutlery drawer, and I was like, oh. I had no recollection of putting it in there.
Like, what was she doing at 3 a.m? Who knows?
It's coming down, stacking some cheese.
The second thing that actually ended up being not that useful is the bucket bath.
I think it's by like, what is it called? Schloop. We should look it up. It's like really steep, and like they've put a tiny bit of rubber backing, but I don't think it's that much to support a baby's head. Like, and it's because it's so steep, his head just was like. Whoop.
And we liked the idea of having all of the water in just this one little space.
You didn't have to fill a whole bath.
Why fill a whole bath? Because there's no way to rest him.
But we also bought it, remember, because we thought cesarean, I wouldn't be able to lean over a proper bath. We just ended up putting this little bath on the floor anyway, and both crouching down to it.
So we ended up putting it on the floor, but then we always had to both be there because one of us had to hold him while the other washed him. So then it's a 2-person job.
Yeah, because otherwise his head would just be like, woof. And then like it's got this weird lump bit, which we couldn't work out what he's meant to like. Is it meant to like stop them slipping? But like his balls and his.
Don't talk about his.
Yeah, he's like, don't
see.
Yeah.
This is not newborn.
So we realised it wasn't practical. You couldn't bathe him on your own in it. He was not that happy in it. To fill it up with water, you then have to physically carry it, and that made it really heavy. So now we just have one of those reclining ones that you put in the big bath. It's so much better. He just lays there. We can actually bathe him. Jessica can do it on her own, and I can do it on my own.
Number 10 in this whole list, but number 3 of the things that were pointless, has also come up before. The white noise machine.
Yeah, I really thought this was going to be a winner. Everyone I know is like, gotta get white noise, like...
So many people, works for so many people.
Yeah, and then we put it on, and like, first of all, like, you have to get used to it. It's kind of like a bit of a grating noise. And they give you like so many options to choose from. You're like, well, I don't know which white noise is the best noise.
And then Claudia became overstimulated by the choice.
Yeah, because I was like, well, do I want this one that's like... Or do I want one that's like... Or do I want one that's like... Oh, I don't know.
He became a bit weird with the white noise.
When I was trying to feed him with it on, I was just like.
It made her into like a white noise zombie.
Yeah.
It was not good.
And Jessica hated it because she could kind of like feel it like in the air, and he didn't like it.
It made the air not nice.
And then anyway, Rupert hated it because he wouldn't settle. He just kept twisting in his cot, and I was just like, why is he not? What was he doing? Jessica's like, he's trying to find out where that noise is coming from. As a family, decided we didn't like the white noise machine. People will probably say no, you wait for it, like, you know, past the 4-month regression, like sleep regression or something, like be like, why didn't we use the white noise machine?
We'll keep the white noise machine and the bouncer until he's past the 4-month period, and we'll be there with him in the bouncer with the white noise playing, just like constant bouncing.
Yeah. Now that he can sit up, he loves this bucket bath. Anyway, talking of baths,
he's just laughing his head off.
It is his bath time,
Gross.
so we should take him to have a bath in the bath that we like.
Let's go! Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Remember, click the link in the description to download Surfshark and use code Jessica for 83% off plus 3 months extra for free. I hope that you enjoyed either learning about some of the items or, you know, just enjoyed laughing along with us, really.
Alright, so that's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. What game show are we on?
And it's goodbye from Rupert. Goodbye, Rupert. Say goodbye, Rupert.